Morning I randomly woke up and I just had a dream of filming a long video after most certainly 2+ months. Woke up, I just scrolled through my videos on YouTube, and I found out that I had probably curated my last video in the month of August, no, in the month of July, and that was very surprising because I've been posting regularly, but then not a long video. That is the reason I have my coffee. Before I could finish my coffee, I just grabbed my phone and this mic and did a little bit of makeup just for the sake of it. And I decided to show you all what are the books that I want to read for the coming 3 months, because we have officially entered October, and I think this is the season of deciding and curating TBRs for winters, especially because of the fact that it's Halloween and we want some cozy and at the same time some, very spooky reads or some thrillers and stuff like that. So I have a mix of everything basically, especially books that are set in winters. I think that's going to give me all the feels that I want. And that is the reason I'm here with my mug of coffee. That no longer is there, but again, who cares? So yeah, we'll just sit and talk, and you also please let me know if you've read any of these books, because I think most of the books are famous and very well known. There are some spooky, not spooky, but some set in winter, so it's going to be like really good, I am assuming, because of all the good reviews. And yeah, I think it's been long. Now I just recall that it's been long since I also posted about my wrap ups and all. I mean, I don't know what is wrong with me, but I just should soon again get back to doing YouTube videos. But yeah, let's just move on. And yeah, everybody, this is Simran. Welcome back to my channel. If you have subscribed to my channel, you already know that I speak about books and talk about all the miscellaneous that I read throughout the year or throughout the month. If you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome and thank you so much for being here. And if you're till the last, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you basically subscribe to my channel, what exactly happens is you are allowing me to pursue people more further to consider reading books in this era of probably technology and phones and whatever. You know what I mean, right? So, without any further blabberings, let's just move on to the video because we have a lot to blabber anyway. Hope the sound is good. So, yeah. So, I have around 5-6 books, not like more, because I cannot commit to a lot of books. Also, if you're hearing some background noises or anything as such, I'm really sorry because it's daytime, everybody is working and everybody is busy doing what they do. So, we can't control the world outside. But stop us from talking about the most favorite thing and the most essential thing in our life. And okay, roll on. The book is Maggie O'Farrell's The Marriage Portrait. I didn't read Maggie O'Farrell even now, till now, I mean, and I think one of her most famous works is definitely Hamlet. But I have two of her books already, not the Hamlet, but some other book, and this one. I recently got exchanged this book with Book Squeaks. I exchanged this book because I really wanted to get this, because considering it won Women's Prize for Fiction 2023, and it is also set in winter. So the blurb is something like: in the winter of 1561, Lucrezia, Duchess of Ferrara, is taken on an unexpected visit to a country villa by her husband, Alfonso. As they sit down to dinner, it occurs to her that their journey to this lonely place has a sinister purpose. He intends to kill her. Now, killing, winters, and all of these things are basically meant for winters, for the time for Halloween and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, we are going to read this in winters, and that is how I decided to pick it now. And has a lot of praises for the book, and I'm really excited for this one. Although I'm not a big fan of the cover, but koi baat nahi. We are more drawn towards the content in the book more than the cover. in the list is Hurricane Season by Fernanda Melcher. I am sorry if I butcher any of the author's name because I'm bad. I'm very terribly, terribly bad. So yeah, this is basically about a witch who is dead. So it is a translated book, so I expect a lot from this Fitzgerald edition. I have read two from the same edition and I swear by them. One is Drive Your Plow. That is also, by the way, a recommendation for the winters if you haven't already read the book Drive Your Plow or the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarczuk. One of the most brilliant piece of literature ever, translated literature for that matter, and also Minor Detail. I really love that book also. That both of them are like 5 stars for me, and that is the reason I have high hopes from this one. Basically, because of the word hurricane and because of dead, gross things, I intend to read it in winters, and yeah, so that is the reason I picked it now. I am not sure what this book is about. I know I have a very bad habit of not reading the blurb and getting the book. Sometimes I do read the preview also. Sometimes it depends completely on the book's title or on my mood. But with this one, I just instantly knew that I'm going to get it, no matter the blurb. Because when I put up a post of Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead, I remember a few of the people commenting on my post on Instagram, by the way, saying that you should read Hurricane Season. And I was waiting for this environment and this atmosphere to, build up so that I could finally pick this one because I've been eyeing this book ever since I received it. I mean, got it for myself. And I always wanted to read it during winters, all cozy up and, I got this book just this year, if I'm not wrong. I don't know. Well, yeah, so this is the book. Let me know if you've read it because this is also a winner of a pen award, English pen award. And so it's nothing like I only read award winning books, nothing like that. I read a lot of underrated book. It doesn't have to do anything with awards and anything as such. But when a book claims that it won some award, I am always curious to know what is the reason behind, like why and how did it win the award that it won, because there must be something extraordinary. And when that extraordinary point does not hit, I'm like, forget it. On to the next one. The next book is Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. So this is a spy novel. A spy is basically spying on some other person, some people, and it's like a magical setup and stuff. So basically say that it's a circus setup, and haven't heard anybody talk about this book. Although I had it wishlist a long back because when this time when I got it from a book fair, from a local book fair, I was very intrigued by the blurb, and I instantly I searched on Goodreads and I found that I already marked it as I want to read because just like that. So I was like, okay, let me just get it because it is an atmospheric book, as you can already see from the cover, and I am a sucker for atmospheric writing. The book that I really plan to read this winters, and from the cover that you can see, it's going to be completely like, I'm assuming, okay, I'm not sure, I'm just assuming that it's going to give me all the feels that I want to feel during these 3 months to celebrate winter, because I remember reading Shadow of the Wind by Carlo Ruiz Zafón last to last winters, and I had the amazing experience. Like, one of the most amazing experiences to read that book is during winters, and I have had the privilege to do it. So when I read it, I was like, I desperately want to read something so identical to A Shadow of the Wind, but unfortunately there's no such book. It's like a masterpiece. It is its own magnum opus, and there cannot be anything that to be compared with that book. But again, I am assuming that is going to be at least a little near to what I felt for A Shadow of the Wind. So the next is The Eighth Life by Nino Haratishvili. Okay, I'll just call it Nino. So it's all dusty. I'm so sorry. I've been meaning to read this for the past 2 years, if I'm not wrong. I've seen people talk about it, rave about it, and this is a contemporary writer. Not a big fan of contemporary writers, but when like my sister, when she raved about it, I was like, you know what, I have to read it, and I got it also. I think I bought it for my birthday present, or I received it from somebody as my birthday present, and I didn't read it. I mean, it's ages since I have read a book like this. I think the last time I read a big book was, I think, Brothers of Karamazov by Fyodor Dostoevsky. Obviously, two different genres, but This is I think a family saga, and I have not had a good, I have not generally had a good, terms with family sagas. Not that I have read a lot, so I think I'm going to have a great experience with it. And because it is probably set in winters and stuff like that, so I was very much recommended to read it during winters, and that is the reason I have it. I think I'm probably going to read it with Kriti. As in the book club or maybe as a buddy read. So I'm really looking forward to it. I don't even think that this book needs any introduction or what this book is about, because everybody in this entire whole wide world knows what this book is about. So I'm not going to talk about this book. But yeah, it is 20th century Russian Empire, all of those things. So it's some say it's so it's basically there's going to be a lot of death, a lot of sadness, and all of those things. But I think I'm all set to take all of this in. And yeah, we are ready. We are pumped up. I don't know how long it will take me to get done with this book, but I'm really pumped up to read it within these 3 months of October, November, and December. I'm not sure if we are going to proceed it till January, but we are going to start it this year itself. It's time that we finally talk about at least some cozy books as well, because कितना मर्डर करोगे और कितना मर्डर पढ़ोगे. So I have before we I'm already reading this. So before we forget kindness by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, I have read the first book in the series. This is the latest release, and I have the rest three. I have the rest three books as well. Padmax sent it across to me, and these are all the cozy vibe. Although these are not very happy, but again, bittersweet kind of. You know what I mean? So yeah. So this is my current read, but I have saved the other three for the winters, because when I'm reading all of these books, I always want to have something handy, small handy book, so as to compensate for what I'm reading, for what intense book I'm reading. And swear by it is really cozy, and I'm sure that I'm gonna love it. I am a big fan of the first book in the series, so I'm not sure if it's going to feel like the OG, but I'm still assuming and expecting a little bit, you know little good stuff from this book. For the cozy book is The Blanket Cats. I received it very kindly from Hachette India, and I wanted to start it ASAP. I might just start it this evening. You never know, because I'm reading just one, I think two books this moment, and I want something cozy to curl up in my bed at night. I think this is going to do the job. Blanket, cats, both are very cozy things to imagine, and I think this is completely set for winters. Perfect for winters, that's what I mean. And yeah, so anxious of Tokyo are desperate to find out. They all have their problems, and they all want to believe that a feline companion from a unique pet shop can help them find a solution. But there are rules. The cats must be returned after 3 days, and they must always sleep in their own familiar blankets. In The Blanket Cats, we meet 7 such customers, including a couple struggling with infertility, a middle-aged woman on the run from the police, and two families in very different circumstances simply seeking joy. But like all their kind, the Blanket Cats are mysterious creatures with their own unknowable agendas who delight in confounding expectations. And perhaps what their hosts are looking for isn't what they really need. So you can well calculate what this book is going to be about. So can't wait for you. It's not even winters here in Assam, in India, but I'm really excited. Johnston type of Murakami. Like I read one Murakami this year, which was like a reread after dark. And what I have to say is, I want to read Dance because it is set up in a hotel, and I don't know if it's set up in winters, but I feel that whenever you read a Murakami, the atmosphere is always like apt. I pick a Murakami and I feel that okay, it was meant to be read in this season for some weird reason. So I'm just keeping Murakami on handy, because if I'm reading these books and I'm not feeling like, and I somehow just unfortunately go into a reading slump, I think this author can really pull me back to my reading spree, and that is the reason I'm keeping it handy. Not sure if I'm going to read him. I just don't know. Maybe I might, considering the circumstances. But yeah, Murakami Dance is on the list. Looking forward to reading Murakami only if I'm in desperate need of it, because I just don't want to pick him and just be like, "Yeah, okay, theek hai," par rahe. But I want to read him when I'm not in a situation of reading anything else, and I feel like drawn into a reading slump and nothing is working out for me. So that is when Murakami comes in help. Last book in this entire book stack is. There's a history behind it. Let me just tell you briefly. So I picked this book, I think 2 years back. I was reading it, and I didn't have my specs back then. My eyes were straining because of the small tiny font of it, and I decided to just let it go. Like, I got to DNF the book only because of the fact that the font of the book was small and it was straining my eyes. But I was really enjoying the vibe of it. I was really enjoying it so much that I was pushing myself to read it, and then my eyes used to burn, and I had a very terrible time. I had a very terrible time while I was reading this book because my eyes were literally pleading me कि भाई बंद करो, मुझे थोड़ा सा मुझ पे थोड़ा सा रहम खाओ. And then I DNF'd it, but I really tell you, I didn't want to DNF this author. One amazing. So it's about a journalist, Turkish border, and there's like war and all of those things. So this is one book that I highly look up to this winter, and I intend to read it. Now when I like the font obviously didn't change, so now you must be wondering कि अब कैसे पढ़ोगी. I have my specs ready, and the fact that I read Fyodor Dostoevsky, which had small font, I read a couple of books here and there which had small fonts after I bought the specs, and I'm like, okay, I can probably get into it, and that is the reason I have no excuses to not complete this book. I might just start from the beginning. That's not a problem at all, but I think, yeah, this is one author that I really enjoyed reading because the writing is exceptionally done. The characters, the atmosphere created by the author is wonderful, and I think I will miss out on something extraordinary if I don't give this book another chance. Come to an end of our video where I am talking about all of these books that I do not promise to actually read them, but I want to. So you might just see me reading all of these books. And if you have any recommendation for me during this winters, please let me know. Oh, by the way, I also want to read Nikolai Gogol's Overcoat Story, which has, I think there's a short story collection altogether. All of these big books might also require a short story companionship, so I might just get that one. You never know, because that always comes in cheap, and I want to experience Nikolai Gogol, and I think Overcoat as a story is a very well-known one from the author, and the entire book is a very well-acclaimed book. And ever since I read Namesake, I always wanted to experience Nikolai Gogol, and for all the right reasons. And that is the reason I want to get it during winters and read it during winters. And I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I want to actually. That is one classic that I would really want to experience this winter. Yes, I didn't put it in my list, but now I just instantly recall. So I think I'm gonna go ahead after this video. I'm just gonna go ahead and order the book, and yeah. So we come to an end of the video. My coffee is completely मतलब पानी बन चुका है भाई. So yeah, God, this is so bad. Without sugar, it tastes so bad. Anyways, with this we come to an end of the video. Please let me know if you've read any of this book or you want to recommend me any book in the near future maybe. And I would see you in the next one. I don't know when, but I would try to be at least a little regular with long videos. I really like talking on the camera, but खैर कभी कभी टाइम नहीं हो पाता है टाइम, और मैं बहुत लेजी हूँ, तो मुझे थोड़ा सा मतलब पुश चाहिए, सिट एंड फिल्म अ वीडियो. बट नाउ दैट आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग इट अगेन, आई एम होपिंग एंड एक्सपेक्टिंग टू डू इट मोर ऑफन बिकॉज आई रियली लाइक्ड इट. And we'll see you in the next one. Till then, keep safe, celebrate winters like festival, and happy Navratri because it's Navratri now, and happy Durga Puja as well because we celebrate Durga Puja. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.